Okay, I'm gonna take a look at this team play. Let's see. Alright, so you guys must be orange. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Okay, first things first. You have so much time here and you're forcing a bad angle. You actually have time to turn around if you need to and get the hit that you want. Um, so, grab boost. I would stay on this wall and go up it this way instead of turning on the floor. That's what killed your... Oh, you missed it. I guess you missed the boost. But yeah, it's a good thing that you didn't go for it. Good cover by your teammates. Nice start. Nice clear. You're too late, Tracer. So if you're gonna go, then you have to go right now. But if he jumps first and you see him jump first, you should give up on it pretty much immediately because you're wasting boost, you're wasting time. So either go for it immediately before he jumps up or give up on it and save your time, grab boost, and just rotate back. Good cover by Lieutenant. I like the fact that Lieutenant is rounding out his approach. He's taking his time, rounding out the corner, and getting a solid hit down the field. That's really nice. He's not rushing it into the side or anything. He's getting the best clear that he can with the time given. Again, so we make a great clear, but we don't wait to see what happens. So let's look. If Cart's going to be here, let him be here. Lieutenant, you hold the space. Let Dot Dope go for this ball. If he hits it, great, react to it. You guys should be able to position yourselves and react to this ball. If he doesn't get it, Kart Racer can just go ahead and get an easy finish or follow the ball. But committing, you're taking away that advantage that you had. As soon as if you were to hold that position, notice how that ball can fall for you, and now you can go for a challenge, a hit, a shot. So a wasted opportunity just because we're not being patient enough and we're not letting our ball do the work for us. You did all the work after you made this clear. That's great. That's going to force him to make it clear. This is not a good clear. We need to recognize that. That it's not going to make the best clear. We just put on our brakes, we follow slow, then we can follow it up and get an open shot. So that's a missed score right there. Okay, let me think. In this situation, this is fine. Yats is going to go for the ball in the wall. That's fine. He can push right in the corner. Then I expect Kart Racer to go full speed. I don't care how much boost you have. Go on boost pads. Do 2 flips. Get back into the net and turn around as soon as you can. That's going to be the biggest help. Driving forward like this is not going to be that much help. We need to get back as soon as we can, turn around, and get in position. Because all that time wasted, you're going to have a bad angle now to clear it. You see how you have to clear this ball? And now we have to make a play and we lost it. If you just would have done the work earlier, and use, let's see how much boost you have. 4 boost. Let's see how you landed, how we could get any boost. Okay, so we kind of overcommitted 2. You got caught with the ball came on, you could have put on the brakes, and this could have been you too. And you should be coming down the center as quick as you can. So you should grab this boost, take off ball cam, whatever you need to do. Grab this boost pad, lock onto this line, get ball cam back on, come back, turn around, because if you were to do that, this goes at full speed. Notice how we can now round out our approach and get the clear down the field immediately. So whoever's last man, make sure that you prioritize getting back as quick as you can. Everyone should be prioritizing getting into position as quick as they can. But most importantly, the last man, so they can cover the center, turn around, get good clears. This is not relieving pressure, and this is going to, cause a goal eventually. Very good patience from Yats. So in this situation, yeah, it's your last man back. I expect nothing to go over you. I expect you to read the play correctly and make sure that you don't get caught just going forward. And right here, you round out your approach, you slow it down, and you get a good clear. That's nice. But now this is miscommunication. So, Lieutenant Solo, we need to communicate this. Okay, so Lieutenant's on the ball. Lieutenant, just recognize that after you see this position, you don't have to go for it. You don't have the boost. You don't need to go for it. You can let your teammates get this, especially if you don't hear anyone challenging it. I don't hear anyone in my ears challenging it from the midfield. So you have time to make this decision, and teammates got to communicate that to him. Like, hey, leave the ball. I can get a really easy clear. The best clear would have been if he would have left it and Yats could get a bounce hit from this and just get the ball pressure on top of their goal. So let's really try and prioritize when we hit the ball that we're doing it for a reason. We're not just doing it to do it. We're doing it because it's the best and most efficient option. Because now we're caught off guard. I would suggest, Lieutenant, since you have 0 boost, I would rotate back to goal and not commit to an offensive attack. I would try and come back on the boost pads or anything just to create space for your team. Threes is all about space. So Lieutenant should be back here instead, giving Tracer that room to come on so that when he's here, he can easily challenge it. Even if you have like 10 boost, 5 boost, if you're just in the right position, it's not going to matter. You can make a really nice defensive play. But this is a situation we want to avoid, where we're all pushed up when we're coming back and no one's in the center, no one's coming out for the ball. And we get punished for it. So this goal could have been prevented right here by Lieutenant not going for it, staying on the wall, and letting his teammate go for it. And as soon as he pushes up, Lieutenant can swing back. Kart Racer didn't need to turn on this either, because it's a bad ball to go for. Simply, it's a bad pass, and I get why you went for it, but you're late. And like, just being honest with that angle, like, you should be able to recognize this. Right here, you should know that that's a bad pass to go for because it's going so straight. And it's only confirmed. And right here, I wouldn't commit. I would stay on the ground and turn around. But someone has to recognize that both teammates are committed, and someone needs to give up on it and cover the center and not go for boost. Lieutenant going for that boost causes this goal, pretty much. Okay, another mistake. We have so much time to deal with this. And I get that you're caught on the awkward side, but no one's challenging it. Recognize that. Put on your brakes, let this ball go up, come on the inside, always go out. We always want to come from the outside going, from the center going to the outside. We never want to hit the ball from the outside going across the center because we're going to accidentally give it to them. We have so much time. If you're really uncomfortable with this ball, let this ball come all the way up the wall, let it come down, and then follow it down and challenge it on the ground. I always say if you can't get a good clear, then let it come down and go put it on your hood and go for a 50-50. That's going to buy your teammates time to get back, and it's going to force their defense to come out of position and for an unlikely ball. Like, if you position yourself properly, chop it on your hood and push it to the outside and you challenge a 50, it's going to be always beneficial for you. But just rushing this clear when we don't need to, it's a wasted opportunity, and we're rushing this defensive clear as well because, again, we're late. We have to think about this. If you're last man, Lieutenant, you want to come back here, let him have this shot. And the reason why is because you have a terrible angle to go for it, and it's going more towards the blue side than it is your side. So it's a wasted effort. It's not going to be a good shot for them. And if it is, if you trust yourself, if you're in this position behind the line in the center, third man should always be in this position whenever we have the ball on our side. You can make these really easy saves. The second touch, okay, cool. Now you can go for it and get the easy clear. And Yachts almost had it, but again, Yachts is on the outside, and he's cheating up, and his car is sideways. If he just came back in the center and turned around, he could have a much better angle to go for it. So someone needs to come back as a third man, hold the center as best as they can, as tight as they can in the center, and get these angles to always go forward to a loose ball. We have to recognize what's a dangerous ball that we have to defend and what's not a dangerous ball. And that, it was so high, it was so lofted that I think if you just stay on the ground, it would be a really easy save. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Okay, Lieutenant is recognizing. This is good. I want you to do this every single time. Last man, get behind the line and be patient and wait for this ball. This is perfect. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This ball is not threatening. I never worry about a ball that goes into this corner past these boost pads, because every ball from here is going to be a very hard angle to pass or shoot, and often the ball is going to end up right here. So as long as we're blocking this angle, we can react to this, we can react to a pass up front or a switch to the back post. And this is why, if you were just to hold this position, Lieutenant, now this ball comes up, now you can say, okay, it's not on target, I don't have to worry about it, it's going over. You can just hold your boost and chill. A little bit of a rust clear again. So, Kart Racer, notice that it's not on target, no one's pressuring it. If the blue team was to go for it, they would probably bang it back into their own goal. They can't shoot it well. So, trust the ball, that it's on the wall. It's not going to be, if it's a bad ball to go for, like, offensively, it's a bad ball to go for defensively. So, let this come down all the way, and get a trap on your hood, push it to the outside, do something. Don't just use all this boost just to give it away. We're not relieving pressure this way. And now this is the dangerous ball, and this could easily result in a goal. And it's all because we rushed this clear that gives them this opportunity to make a play, and we get caught in rotation. So this should have been avoided by communication saying, you know what, that ball's like not nowhere close on target. We can just let this come down, trap it, push it outside, buy our teammates time, and hopefully force a bad situation for them. Good. It's a good thing to push out in the center whenever it's a dangerous ball. Dangerous ball is going to be coming outside this line. Anything that's above this line, you want to like push out and really try and go for it. So that's really good on Lieutenant to push out, block angles, and get the block. And no one rotates back. So as soon as Lieutenant goes back here, Yats should not go for this ball. We should reverse and hold this back line so that when that ball comes, boom, you have a really easy save. Any ball that goes into these like really, they're slow, they're low, they're not top corners, they're not right under the crossbar, they're just very easy to save. We can adjust to that and prevent those goals. So all of this has been time recognition, having the third man properly designated and recognized, and sacrificing going for the ball until you absolutely need to, or until you absolutely have the angle to go for the block. All these iffy challenges, all these 50-50s up in the mid-air right above us is not really necessary, because if they go for it, they're going to miss it, they're going to hit the back wall, and it's going to be more advantageous for you to stay on the ground and push out from the center. This is good, that's fine. This is a good play. So Kart Racer rotates back to last man, Yats goes for a nice shot, that's fine. So Kart Racer, your last man, I don't want anything to get above your head, or I don't want anything to get behind you. You should always be going forward to the ball and not having to turn around. So let's see if you're able to do that. So notice how you're convoluting that space, Kart Racer. You're not giving your teammates space to work. Give your teammates space to work, and that goes for Yats too. Yats, your primary goal right now is to be rotating back. Lieutenant Solo is doing a good job by slowing down the gameplay. He's not overcommitting. He's trying to buy you guys time to rotate back and get in position, but you guys are ruining that by convoluting his space. Kart Racer should be back here. Honestly, he should be back here, worst case scenario. And Yat should be rotating in the mid, getting anything that switches the ball or that gets right behind the Lieutenant. So we just need communication. Who's on first, who's second, and who's last man. So as soon as this ball is played, you can say, okay, Lieutenant's like, okay, I'm turning on it. Kart Racer says, okay, I'm last man. And Yat says, okay, I'm rotating back. So if Kart Racer held the center, he can challenge this a little bit quicker from a better angle. And it's all about holding the center. Let's see what happens here. So Kart Racer needs to challenge this earlier. You're the first man up there. You can afford to make risky plays. The first man can just do his best to just get in the way. Just don't give him that much time to take it to the side and get a pinch. Yeah, so you're a little scared here. This is a good setup. This is fine. Kart Racer is probably pointless for you to be here because you should be turning out, just getting ready for the ball to be played out in front. You should be somewhere in the middle along this line instead of on the wall. Yes, it's fine to be on the wall. Lieutenant's good where he is. But, Lieutenant, when you see this ball, trust what you see. If you see that it's going to be over, let it go over. You follow it up, which is nice. Kart Racer, your last man. Yacht, your second. So Kart should be back here. Yacht should be a little bit more central. Alright. We got the separation. We got the goal. This is really bad. I think you guys can see why. Lieutenant is going for a challenge for no real reason. It's a terrible angle. If you were to hit the ball, it would be a shit pass, it would be a bad shot, and it would be a bad defensive challenge or late. So you just gave up your position. Yachts is the only one that should be challenging this. Kart Racer should be, again, cheating. Last man should cheat over on the same side as the ball and let nothing get by him. You should give this space in between you and the first man for the second man to play. Second man should hold this position. If he gets played immediately behind, second man gets that. If it gets a good pass, second man gets that. If it's a switch, second man gets that. Anything behind the second man, now the third man can come, get a really good clear, and get the clear. So Kart Racer should be out here. Lieutenant should hold it in the center. And Yacht should be the only one challenging. Spread out the field. Make use of your positions. Because right now, all three of you can only cover this much. Yacht can cover this. Second man can cover all this. Third man can cover everything in the back. You probably can't see that because of the stream, my bad. But I was putting my mouse like on in certain areas. So like Yachts can cover everything in this quadrant. Lieutenant can cover everything in this. And then Kart Racer can cover everything behind that. Second man can be even pushed up a little bit more like this. So if we were positioned properly, this would, Lieutenant should be right here, and then Kart Racer should be back here, getting the really big clear, and then that Yacht should be rotating back, and then Lieutenant should follow it off the wall and get a really easy shot. So this is another goal scoring opportunity that we missed just because we're not recognizing what positions we're in, and we're not giving each other any space to work with. Let's see your all's pathing. So Yachts, you should be going straight back to goal. Lieutenant, you should be coming down the center. You should not come to the corner. Always, never path into your own corner. Always path, if anything, to the mid boost and then come down the center. And the last guy should always just find this the row of boost pads to try and run down to get to the center of the ball, or the center of the goal. I like the control from Kart Racer. You're buying your team a lot of time. Yachts, I need you to get inside the goal, facing forward, so that when this ball comes out, you can go forward and you don't have to mess with like a side-on angle. So that when that ball comes, you can see what's going on, because I don't think this clear is going to do much for our team. So you see how that clear doesn't do anything. We want to make our clears count, and in this position, I would actually let that ball bounce. I would let it bounce up the wall, and then I would make a decision. I would either follow up the wall and just take it real slow up the wall, and if I can get it clear, I'll get it clear. Or I would take it all the way down, get a 50, take it all the way down, get it clear. Just buying your teammates time to really reorganize, because right now we're all scrunched up. No one's covering the goal. Okay, we got some positioning. Again, we need one person to challenge us, not two. So this is Kart Racer. Kart Racer is already there. Yes, you see him going for it. So you should hold here behind him and just wait to see what happens, so that when this ball comes, now you can get the easy clear. So it's all about holding your space. Good job, Lieutenant, getting the best clear that you can, waiting for the bounce hit. That's always really good. Getting the bounce hits are the best. This is a better rotation. So this is better spacing that I like to see with threes. You have one guy up top, one guy coming behind, and one guy covering worst case scenario. This is fine. Yeah, as you could probably do a fake challenge here, but I can understand why you went for it. You probably didn't see him challenge it. Lieutenant, this is not your ball anymore. You're lost. like it's already lost. Blue is closer to the ball. Let Kart Racer get in the way, and Lieutenant, you should be coming back here instead and holding this angle. So that when that ball comes, well, now look at you. If you were to hold that angle, you could have a really nice challenge that goes from the center going out. That could push it to the corner into their net. This is not as great of a challenge if you were to get 50'd actually, because it would come back into your middle. So just be aware of that. Like, it worked out because like the guy on the bottom basically messed up. So if you really look at it, blue team should have this ball. They're the closest one to it. The only reason why you got that win is because Phobia fucked up his aerial. So you won because he messed up, but if you're coming from here, you could be late to the ball and still get a good block. Good spacing. So I want you to look at this. Look how we actually have spacing in between everybody. Kart Racer's holding his angle. This is always good to cheat over to the same side as the ball so you can get really easy angles towards the net. If you're in the center, notice how hard the angle is now. Now you have to invert your aerial. But because he's cheating over, he has a really easy angle. He takes his time with it. My biggest concern is Yats. You should hold this line. You should not go any further. And you should hold it back here just in case something goes bad and you can put the ball back into play. This is good spacing. Kart Racer, we're a little bit too close. I like to draw little cones in front of us. So if you draw a cone, you're saying this is the area that I can work in easily. So the ball has to land right here for you to get anything on it. Now, if you put yourself just out here, look how many more angles you have. Now, if the ball is short, if it gets blocked, you can react to it, you can get a shot. If it's a good pass, you can get a shot. If it's over, you can react and maybe get a shot. But here, you only have one option. So you're limiting your options. Second man, spread it out, hold this angle, and third man should hold it even further back, waiting to see what happens. So Kart, I would be right here if I was you. That way, when that ball happens, well, now look. Now you can challenge it, get the 50, get the shot if you're closer. But just by holding this angle, you can react to more things. That's fine. Yeah, it's didn't fully commit. You have more time for this. So right here, just recognize how much time you have. Like it's good that you went for it, but it's also off target, and maybe Kart Racer could have called you off and got a good clear. But overall, it's not the worst. But let's really make sure that when we go for this challenge, that we get the best clear we can. Hold your jump. Don't double jump. Hold your jump as much as you can whenever you can. Like if you're making a challenge, always hold your jump. Only use a double jump when you absolutely have to. Right here, you can hold your jump, still hit that ball, and get a flick that's way more efficient than just hitting it to your own corner. Yats, you should be inside the net, not back post. I strongly recommend just being inside the net. You're going to have much easier time getting out and finding angles. That way, when that ball comes, you can come out instantly from this angle and get the easy clear instead of having to turn around and do it and then make a hit into the side or miss it. Yeah, we get punished for it. So just because you have to turn from here to here when now your angle is really bad and you're not able to go for it. Also, you have time. You don't need to pre-jump this. No one's challenging it. If you were to come from the center, you could see that you don't have to pre-jump it. And then you could get a really easy challenge, a really early win right here. So that's, yeah, it's just not being in a proper position as a third man. What was that guy doing? So, Kart Racer, you should be getting back to goal as quick as you can. Okay, you're in the air. You should be getting back to goal. Can you get back to goal? No, you couldn't. Okay. Yeah, that's just Yats. This is a pretty good position. So we have one guy last man. I still prefer you to be back here. And Yats, I still prefer you to be somewhere around here. But it works out. He loses the ball and you're able to react and cover your teammate. That's nice. And get the challenge. Third man should be somewhere back here. Good, he is. He's rotating back, ready for that ball. Nice job touching it away. Nice try challenging it. Kart Racer, you have time. Don't worry about it. So If you don't hear anybody, that's a big tell sign that, and you see two people in front of you, like just relax, don't worry about it. Lieutenant, talk to him, tell him that he's time, and just recognize that you guys can make it clear out of this. Yats, you're really bad about not recognizing when you're the last man. You should be back here chilling. So that when that ball comes, well, now look where you are. Now you can challenge it. But you're late, you're in the middle, you can't challenge it, you're wasting time. Yeah, we get punished. So, in this situation, kart racer, I would actually not challenge this just yet. I would come back into the net before I challenge it so that I could just buy time. And if he goes for a pass, I can try and read it. Because if you were to hold this position, he would take longer to make that save, that pass, and when he makes that pass, well, now you can get the easy clear. So, last man, go back and behind the line, turn around, and then challenge the ball. This is a really nice position. Recognize this position and do it more often. And that's fine, because look. Oh no, he ruined it. So, this is perfect positioning. You guys can cover each other. You lost the ball, you went for it. He missed the ball, now it's the third man. Third man, you have all day in the freaking world. Just let this ball come all the way down. Let it come down all the way to the ground. And then go for the really easy bounce hit that puts pressure immediately back onto them. Lieutenant, trust your teammates. Talk to him, guys. No one's pressuring this. Lieutenant doesn't have to go for this yet. You're rushing that too. And we're just coming from these really bad angles where we're just like sideways. We should be coming out from back here. Kart racer, get back as quick as you can. Go full speed, get behind the line and turn around. And I would be here. So that, and I would still be here, and then I would start to push up, and now I would actually push up. But notice how you're just in no man's land, just because you're pushing up too quickly. You gotta give your teammate space. And then you can challenge this ball.
60 seconds left on the clock.
Pretty clear. No one's last man. Yats is rushing it. Yep. That mistake was back here. So we have the positioning. Lieutenant, let your teammate have it. Chill. You hitting it is not going to do anything for your team. Hold the line. Let kart racer take it up. Now you're back here. Now this ball comes across, and now you're in this position to get an easy ball back into kart racer. So right here, okay. Right here, kart racer, you're last man. So you should be holding it back here, chilling. This is not a good ball to go for. They are closer to the ball, your teammates are closer to the ball. Just chill and wait for this ball to come into this corner. Because now, guess what? If you held that position, now you can challenge this ball really nicely. Yats rushes it. Lieutenant makes it back clear. That should have been a goal. Yeah, it should be holding the back. Car racer should rotate back. That should be Yats. Good patience. Good hit. Worked out. So, in short, you guys need to do two main things. The first thing is calling out what role you're in. Are you on the ball? Are you second man? Or are you last man? The second thing you need to do is, when you're in those positions, give each other space. If your teammate's all the way up in this corner with the ball in the right corner, and he loses it on the wall, but the ball bounces right here, do not press him. Let him come around and re-challenge the ball while you contain. Just hold this area. Once the ball gets close to you, now you can challenge it. Let the ball come to you. You don't have to go to the ball. Third man, you should only ever have to commit is when the first two lose it, and when you do commit, you should always be going forward, always having really good clears and really clean angles. The only time the third man pushes up for a goal is when it's 1,000% guaranteed you're getting a goal. If you're going up for a 50-50, an aerial that you're not really sure you're going to make or break, the defenders are ready, there is no reason for you to go for this shot. Wait for, just hold the space, let your teammate come back, let them clear it, and then you react to their clear. Looking for the second ball is insanely important, and giving each other space is the key to reacting to the second ball from the defense. If you're all pushed in one area, you can't react to the second ball. So recognizing which role you're in, creating space when you're in those roles, and letting your teammates work in their space until they absolutely lose it. And then the last thing is defensively, third man, center first, always. Center, 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 center. And as quick as you can, full speed back. Doesn't matter how much boost you have, always grab boost pads on your way back, but just get back as quick as you can, turn around, and then decide what you want to do in your half. If it's in the corner, let them have it. They can do wherever they want with it. Let your teammates come back and challenge that for you if you're the last man. If it gets dangerous, then you have to come out and block angles. But be really picky about what you want to go save. This is your goal. This is your frame. If it's off the frame, don't worry about it. Just let it hit the wall and then react. As soon as it hits the wall, you can see the angle it's coming from and get the challenge real nice and easy. Takes a little time to get used to, but trusting yourself in the back is super important and not rushing clears. So focus on getting really solid clears. If you can't get a solid clear, go for a 50-50 or dribble up the wall. Always defend from the center. Pick and choose what you're going to save. Recognize what positions you're in. Call out your roles. Give each other space, and communicate that. And that's what I have for you guys.